you. Good afternoon. I would like to call the government operations meeting to order. Madam Clerk, if you would please take roll.
Commissioner Wilson has requested an excuse. Commissioner Knizik. Commissioner Clark Coleman has requested an excuse. Commissioner Colleen.
Here.
Chair Clemente,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approve of the March 26, 2025 meeting minutes.
Their approval, Madam Chair.
Okay, we have a motion on Commissioner Clean, seconded by Commissioner Knizik. All those in favor, please vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. And if we could now go to new business.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the March 2025 Wayne County Connect 43 Steering Committee Monthly Meeting Report.
Through the chair, Mike Jameson, Connect 43 Project Director on via Zoom.
Thank you, Mike. How's it going?
Yeah, I'll give you the highlights. I'll start with ERP. We finished prototype 3 testing and are now preparing for our fourth round of testing, prototype 4. This was something that was added in the ERP replan, primarily to allow for those reports and integrations that would not have been validated prior to P3 to be tested and validated in P4, and then any new and or unfinished validations from or scenarios from P3 to be tested as well. We actually did pretty good in getting P3, the items that were earmarked for P3 done. We were 99% fully completed and passed, including 5 remediations for P3. So now we're gearing up for P4. We are finalizing data cleansing. We have a deadline of Friday, which might get extended by a week for data cleansing for P4. We're doing a refresh of the environments to prepare essentially a clone of P3 for P4 that will be what folks will be using. And as of now, P4 will be the closest thing to approximate production that we will have seen in Oracle ERP since we started. So we're getting close. So P4 will lead into user acceptance testing, and then user acceptance testing will lead into the cutover, which will be basically the steps that lead us to the actual flipping of the switch to go live in October. So, working through some things with data cleansing, but aside from that, we're progressing pretty well on ERP. In terms of EPM, which is the budgeting module, again, we're in the soft launch. Not a lot of movement because the budgeting folks have been laser focused on budget development. We are onboarding a staff augmentation resource, one of the resources that were identified in the amendment to the prior Pierce Monroe contract, to assist with doing some of the soft launch activities, testing things in prod, while the majority of the budget staff are focused on budget development. And this was kind of intentional, knowing that we have that major competing priority right as we were starting the soft launch. So again, no major issues. We've started a production-based service request process in our Wayne County JIRA. Have about five tickets or so that we're working through. Nothing showstopper. So again, with EPM green light as well. For HCM phase 2, and again, just to remind the body, this is learning, talent management, and health and safety. We're anticipating the go live of the learning module at the beginning of next month. Things are looking good. Health and safety to follow within the month. Things are looking pretty good. With the talent management, that's the one where we are planning to go live right around that same October timeframe, along with EPM and ERP. We have noted a risk, given that that's 3 go lives around the same time, which just puts a heavy amount of stress on everybody involved, both the Wayne County side and the Oracle side as well. We are evaluating moving the EPM hard launch date to a date in November, just to give a little wiggle room for things to stabilize in ERP and EPM. That hasn't been finalized yet. The Oracle team is evaluating, but we do recognize that that is a risk, and we're kind of accelerating some of the things that we're doing in preparation for both ERP, EPM, and talent, namely training and finalizing business processes to kind of accommodate for the fact that that's going to be a really busy period, particularly given that it's also the start of the new fiscal year. In terms of data warehouse, we have run into problems in production. So right now we are soft launched with data warehouse in production, primarily IT and folks from HR working through what we found to be issues with the accelerator. And so, not to get too technical, but the way the data warehouse works is they come with these pre-built-in tools that connect data from your legacy, or from your Oracle system, in this case, human capital management, to the data warehouse. We've been unsuccessful in replicating a full production load to the data warehouse since we've soft launched, which has been about 2 weeks now. So we're all hands on deck trying to work through the issues. We think we got a game plan, but again, it's one of those things where you have to kind of test it and test it and test it to make sure that all T's are crossed and I's are dotted. That's what we're going through right now for HCM. We're also revisiting what's called the Run Book, which is kind of the Bible that the county would use go forward for managing ADW and all of the various kind of connections, in perpetuity. So that's a high priority for the team, and we're working on it. But yeah, right now that is the one project that is red, mainly because we can't, we have not been able to successfully push the data using the accelerators from HCM to the data warehouse in production. Other than that, administratively, thank this body and thank the commission for getting all of the major contracts we had in the queue approved. And so we did have a planning meeting for the Wayne County Oracle supports meetings. So we're planning a kickoff for the 21st of this month, which again I think will be very, very beneficial to HCM phase one, the part that's already in production, and then we can also leverage those resources for phase two. So a lot of things happening, a lot of exciting stuff, but I think we're in pretty good shape. We just need to get through this ADW obstacle and get everything back to green. So, any questions for me?
Commissioners, any questions? Commissioner Clean.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
It's a acronym salad, and I'm constantly going back and forth between my cheat sheet and your reports. And again, I'll ask that, because what you're doing is you're printing off what you have in your system that all the experts are working with. Very hard to read. So if there's a way to get a report that's a little more in English. And for example, you keep referring to P1, P3. I see that's prototype. What does that mean, sir?
So that means it used to be called systems integration testing in kind of the systems implementation world. But basically what that means at a high level is you're testing all of the available functionality, including integrations and reports. So
it's like beta testing, or
yeah,
you've got a different system that you want to run through to see if any problems show up.
Yeah, said differently, you had your legacy system, in this case, JD Edwards. You've gone through this process of saying, here's the processes and elements that we want Oracle to do. Here's the data in JD Edwards that we need in Oracle to test that it does it the way we want it to, part one. Here's all of the integrations, and integration just basically means there's some third-party application or system that either needs to push and or pull data from Oracle to that system or from that system to Oracle, i.e. like a bank, like a connection to Chase Bank for, bank activity files as an example. And we need to test all of those
no help with that example.
But basically you're testing everything. You're basically preparing yourself as the customer for the experience of actually having it in production.
And so we're telling Oracle what we need and they're
Correct.
writing these prototypes and then we run them to see if it actually does what we want it to do?
Right. And the prototypes are Oracle nomenclature. So they basically use the analogy of the first prototype, P1, is bare bones. It's Oracle kind of taking what it understands to be the
Right,
county's
Yeah, I
design.
gotcha.
Yep. Then P2 is just a further refinement. P3, which was traditionally called systems integration, is the first time that you literally are testing everything. And then
Mhm.
usually you jump over to user acceptance testing, where you bring the end users in to test the same stuff that the power users tested, and then you move to essentially going live. In this case, because we've added a fourth round of testing, P4, we're going to test the additional scripts related to the integrations and reports primarily, but anything new, anything that wasn't tested in P3 is going to be tested in P4, including those reports and integrations that wouldn't have been ready for P3.
So what software are we going to be using to put the budget together for next fiscal year?
Good question. For fiscal year 26, it will be Oracle's Enterprise Performance Management module. So fiscal year,
And give me
I'm sorry.
give
No,
me a
I'm
give
saying
me
that
an
wrong.
ETA. Give me an
Yeah.
ETA on when that's going to be ready.
Well, no, and I said that wrong. That's fiscal year 20. We're doing fiscal year 26 now. So fiscal year 26, the current budget development for
Yeah.
next year is being done using our current process, which is primarily JD Edwards and email. And so the soft launch that I refer to is the county and Oracle team testing the Oracle budgetary system
Yeah.
in production to kind of make sure that all the kinks are worked out, because the worst thing we could do is have everybody in the system for the first time and then have production issues.
Well,
while we're
I can see that, sir.
Yeah.
And
Yep. So
but doing, but
fiscal year
excuse me,
20.
sir, excuse
Oh,
me. Yeah, it's it also scares the heck out of me in my chair to be using JD Edwards one more time. Like there's no dangers with that. So it'll be JD Edwards, and then further reports will tell us when you have the next fiscal year Oracle up and running.
So to answer your question for the dates, when we go live at the beginning of October, we will be going live with all employees in the system with ERP, which is the JD Edwards replacement from Oracle, and EPM, which is the budgetary planning system, and we didn't have one in
Right.
in the current state. So the fiscal year 26 budget will be loaded into ERP, and we'll be using the fiscal year 26 budget in ERP to procure, create journal entries, et cetera. For the next cycle of budget development, which would be the 27 cycle, we then will be in October or potentially November, starting the cycle for the 27 budget development in Oracle's budgetary module. So that this all happens in the October-November timeframe. Currently October, but again,
Okay.
we're looking to push EPM to November because budget development does need to start in October.
All right. Thank you very much for that. And Madam Chair, I look forward to the day where sometime in a committee meeting, I can trot out my organic chemistry nomenclature that I'm sure will be very helpful to everyone listening.
And just to
Well,
Commissioner
Thank you,
Killeen,
Madam Chair.
real quick, there is a legend in the appendix of
There
the.
is. Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Okay.
And when I get into talking about organic chemistry nomenclature, I'll provide you with a
periodic
couple of
table
pages
and,
of
yeah,
yeah.
okay. All right, well, we will keep hearing from you, Mr. Jamison, and we have multiple reports here that are going to be receiving files, so I think we'll just take one motion on that. And Madam Clerk, if you could just read in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, please. These are all also receive and file reports.
Items 2 through 7 are quarterly reports on stipend contributions and disbursements. Item 2 is for the period ending June 30, 2023. Item 3 is for the period ending September 29, 2023. Item 4 is for the period ending January 2nd, 2024. Item 5 is for the period ending April 1st, 2024. Item 6 is for the period ending July 1st, 2024. And item 7 is for the period ending January 2nd, 2025.
Okay, so we have multiple reports here from the Wayne County Employees Retirement System that needed to be received and filed so that they appear where they need to appear. But there's one that we had already done from, if you were looking at the dates, October's was already, we did the receive and file already. So if anyone has any questions on any of these, yes, go right ahead, Commissioner Clean.
Yeah, is there anybody here?
And do we have someone
Yeah,
here
from retirement?
from retirement or someone that could answer any questions? Anyone on Zoom?
Gerard Grisco, Deputy Director from Retirement, is on the Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Ma-
you. Go right ahead,
Yeah.
Commissioner Clean.
Hey, Mr. Grisco, thanks for joining us today.
Hi.
And we got a whole bunch of these all at once. So we get these reports to reconcile the transfers in and disbursements out made from separate sub-account for the prior quarter. Can you please tell me, Mr. Grisco, because I got so many of these and it's pages and numbers. What is this telling us about
Okay,
our
so
retirement system?
what each report is telling you is that the stipends are working like they're supposed to. We are the pass-through. We estimate an amount of money that we need to put on the checks for the stipends, for the retiree stipends, and it is sent over to us. And then at the end of the month, we reconcile that amount and we send it back. And that's the way that the ordinance was set up for us to be a pass through, so we could distribute the money to the retirees that are stipend qualified.
So this doesn't really affect your overall finances then, since it's a pass-through, somebody sends you money and you put it on the checks? So,
Correct.
so it's not, doesn't have anything to do with your base investments, or we're
That's-
not running down how much money we have in the system because of this?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, hopefully, at some point, Mr. Grisco, I'd kind of like to get a little bit of a look-see from retirement, since you're so heavily invested in hundreds of millions of dollars in the stock market. And interesting things are going on every day. So I'd like to get an update from the retirement system at some point as to what the effect of all of the whatever that's going on with the stock market is having on us and our retirees.
Yes, we were
Oh,
pretty.
not today, but
Yes, okay. I can tell you we're still over $1 billion and we have not lost, it hasn't affected the retirement system right now as of yet. It hasn't, it's not anything that's detrimental to us at this moment.
okay. But I'd appreciate hearing from you, because it probably will take a hit somewhere in here. And I'd rather find out from the retirement system sooner than later that there's an issue because of all the stuff that's going on.
Sure.
So, all right, I appreciate, yeah. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Welcome. Are there any other questions? Okay, can I please have a motion for items 1 through 7, please?
I'll make that motion, Madam Chair, to receive and file.
Thank you. So we have a motion from Commissioner Clean, second from Commissioner Knizek to receive and file 1 through 7. Please vote on your tablet. Mine won't go. Here it goes.
Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, if you could please read in item number 8.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Smart Business Source LLC to continue to provide the county with office supplies and equipment.
Okay, this contract is about office supplies. We are on a hold until this contract, ordering anything until we have an approval on this contract. And if you would introduce yourself, please, and
Good afternoon. Arthur Walker, Procurement Division Director, Management and Budget Department. This request is for the renewal to the county's countywide office supply contract. We entered into a contract in 2022 for 3 years with a 2-year option, and we're seeking to exercise the renewal. We do use a unique electronic ordering with our office supply contract that allows us to go into Smart's portal to order office supplies, and that system has worked well for us. The vendor has been very responsive to our needs forward as we move to Oracle to extend that same system, through a Oracle integration, so we can, seamlessly continue to get these routine office supplies.
okay, very good. Any questions, commissioners, on this contract or renewal, I should say? Okay, very good. So we have a motion by Commissioner Clean, second by Commissioner Knezak. All those in favor, please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
Thank you very much. So our next item, if you could please read it in, number 9 is a discussion.
Item 9, a discussion with Bernard Youngblood, Harry Kalajarakis, and Matthew McLean about a DLT Solutions LLC cooperative purchase agreement for a computer-based land record system.
So we did hear a little bit about this. Harry came and talked to us, and now we have a register of deeds here and the company that's going to give us a update on everything. So, gentlemen, if you could please introduce yourselves, and then whoever wants to start may go ahead and start.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, press the green. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. My name is Bernard J. Youngblood, Wayne County Register of Deeds. And with me to my immediate right is Matthew McLean, who is representing GovOS, and DLT, which is a reseller for procurement. And my far right is Mr. Harry Kalajarakis, my chief deputy at the Register of Deeds. So this is our issue on our main software that records and indexes and keeps the constituents, my constituents and your constituents, property rights in check. And very valuable commodity, which is this software. The software that we've been using for 13 years has no longer kept up to our standards. A summation it really cultivated when we were in our October cyber attack. The organization decided to shut us down for over a week without any discussion of it. And at that time, it was explained afterwards that that was their best interest for their software needs. Well, it wasn't for my constituents' best interest, and we suffered greatly not having the ability to record and index and close real estate transactions. But that was not the only issue. Over the last probably 5 years, our office has been declining in our pleasures with the company. They had multiple occurrences of interruptions of service where our staff could no longer perform the functions. They lost the ability to host our data and transferred it over to a very worthwhile company, but they decided no longer to host. They went to AWS, which is a terrific organization, but that is not who we contracted with. The company lost the ability to index data and verify what was indexed originally. And in trying to recover that service for us, they were unable to do so. So our product line and our service to our constituents was decreasing. We lost the ability to have film footage of different events on our website to keep our constituents and your constituents informed of what our office was doing. As you know, we were the national leaders for a deed fraud, and that wound up to be the first in the country law now. It is a felony to interject a forged deed into the Register of Deeds database anywhere in the state of Michigan. Terrific kudos to the commissioner that wrote a resolution supporting that. And that was signed by the governor and went into effect in last March 19th. Our organization just realized that we had too many multiple credit card interruptions. So we realized something had to be done. And to satisfy our needs, we looked to GovOS, which is an organization that more than recently, I think 2 months ago, I was down in Austin, Texas at their headquarters where they had developed a user conference. And with there, I met some very large Register of Deeds counterparts to myself. John Warren out of Dallas County, Texas, a county of 2.6 million people have been using GovOS for years. And Lucy Adams Clark in Bexar County, Texas, a county of over 2 million people. And Robert Hinton, closer to home, in Franklin County here in Ohio, our neighbor, have been using GovOS satisfactorily and just love it. As well as we have about 30 different counties in Michigan that utilize the services of GovOS, such as Mecosta and Ingham and Hillsdale and Allegan County and Berrien County and Shiawassee County. To other large county constituents such as ours. So we had multiple meetings with this organization, and they want to make Michigan and Wayne County their showroom model of what they can do. And we had other software companies to advise us it would take 12 to 18 months. This organization has pulled out all the stops, and they are ready to comply with a mid-July go live. So we can't speak more highly. We're so excited to have this organization take us on and service our constituents. And it was through Art Walker, who is here still, who walked us through the process of selecting this organization as well. So I'd love to hear any questions that you may have. Matthew McLean, one of the IT representatives for GovOS, is here with us. And of course, Harry, my chief deputy, would love to entertain your thoughts, questions, comments.
I'm going to let the commissioners, and then I have a few questions. Do you have questions, Commissioner Clean? You
Well-
usually do, so.
Not really a question, Madam Chair, but I do appreciate Mr. Youngblood, that you come over, discuss with the commission what you're doing. It's not that we have to approve it, because that's internally what you want to do. But for you to come to the commission and keep us informed, even though you're under no obligation to do that, as a commissioner, I very much appreciate it, because then I can keep up more with what's going on outside of the executive branch in this county. So thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure. I
Thank you,
feel
Madam
that
Chair.
we have a partnership, and most everything I do is to serve your constituents and as well. And that's why I certainly entertain the different town halls for all the commissioners. I think we definitely have a partnership as far as the Register of Deeds organization goes with the commission.
Thank you. Commissioner Kleen, thank you. And Commissioner Knizik has a question.
Just to level set for myself, what was the name of the previous platform
It was Tyler Technologies.
that was the vendor or the name of the platform?
That was the name of the vendor.
Tyler Technologies?
The platform name is Tyler Eagle Recorder.
What a great accent. Thank you for that.
I'm glad we
You're
let him
welcome.
talk.
Yeah, yeah. You stop talking. You keep going. And then the new,
Practicing.
the new vendor's DLT
Yes.
and the name of the platform one more time. I heard you say it.
Well, the, maybe Mr. Walker can explain that better than I, as he helped me go through the new vendor who is going to be performing the services is actually GovOS.
Okay.
That's the user conference as I was at. Mr. Walker, can you help me out?
So they're using a cooperative contract. DLT is a reseller of software products through Omnia partners, and GovOS is the actual product that they're getting, and we use DLT as a reseller for various other software products.
So I guess my question then, because to your point about the role of the commission here, what have, I still expected to be some sort of contract that would come in front of us for approval. So what does that look like?
Yes, so they're here today with this discussion, and we are going to be looking at that at full board. The chair of the commission asked that we have this discussion since we've had a previous discussion about this, and then we will be seeing a contract at full board.
And so, like, just from a numbers standpoint, I don't know if it's your side or your side. So we didn't RFP for anything. We just went through.
Chairman.
Right. As a cooperative contract, Omnia, the cooperative organization, would have done a solicitation to compare products and prices, and we just piggyback off of their work.
How much is the contract going to be?
About 800.
You know, that's trick, but no, I didn't bring that information with the 3-year
Oh,
contract.
excuse me, we do have someone that would like to weigh in from our team. Go right ahead.
You're welcome. Good afternoon, Mary Carr, Deputy Director. So the full contract's going to be for 3.1 million, and it's a 3-year term.
How does that compare to the previous one with Tyler
It was 3.5 previously.
for the same term?
Well, actually, with the mod, it was 4.2 million. And that took it through July 2025.
Okay.
So everything will be turned over, because I think I wrote something down about mid-July that.
The annual will
DP
probably be cheaper for us going this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so there's not like a build that's taking place. It just sounds like a COT system that we're taking and plugging our information into.
Well, there is nothing like Wayne County. So they have to do some very stringent rebuilding and remodification of their organization. If you would like to address that, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a core system. It's cloud-based, so everything is up in the cloud. It's highly secure. We only maintain a single version of software, so everybody, whether it be Wayne County or Dallas County, uses the same core logic underneath. And we build business rules around that for each county. The slight difference here is some of the workflows that Bernie's team has Mr. Youngblood's team have identified to us. We're actually enhancing our product's core platform to meet those requirements as part of this deployment. And the work is actually ongoing now because we need it in our platform, regardless of the situation here. We actually needed that code. So it's a good opportunity for us to expand our system.
So you've got this COT system.
Yes.
We've got our unique business requirements. What I'm hearing you say is that rather than having to go through a customization of your COT system to meet Wayne County, you're updating the COT system so that it doesn't, so we don't have to do an enhancement or modification after the fact.
That is the
And that's
intended
at your expense or at our expense?
plan. At our expense.
Okay, so the money that we're talking about, the 3.1/3, we shouldn't expect to have enhancement requests or dollars that are needed in order to upgrade the system?
No, that's not our working model.
Okay. I'm good for now.
okay,
For now.
okay. Any other questions about this? Okay. So we will expect to see a contract, I'm sure, soon that we can, if there's, oh, we have it, we have it, okay. I'm sorry. And if there are any other questions, I would hope that someone would be at our full board meeting so that we could further discuss this.
Absolutely.
Very good. All right.
Right.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Walker. and
Thank you. Thank you for
Commissioner.
coming. Appreciate it. It's always good to kind of have a heads up of what's going on. Okay, so now we are going to go to the next item, please, Madam Clerk.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
G, public comments.
Is there anyone on the phone or do we have any emails for public comment, Madam Clerk?
No emails were received.
Okay, anyone in the chamber that would like to make public comment? Going once, going twice. Okay, public comment is now closed. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
Madam Chair.
For adjournment.